Hey everybody, this is Glidercat and it's time to play. Today we're going to start a new Let's Play on a game called TerraTech Worlds. This game just released into early access and I featured Season 1 of TerraTech Worlds on the Glidercat channel a couple months ago. We played through kind of an early demo, but now it's in early access. Let's jump into a new game. We'll call this Season 2. How about GC Let's Play Season 2. That'll be the world. There's two worlds to choose from. The other one is tutorial. We're not going to do that. I'll make this private so no one can ruin my world. And let's jump in. I've been playing this for several hours now, and I got a good feel for the early game, but I don't know what's going to happen kind of mid-game. So we'll discover that together.
Second expeditionary mission to the Nexus cluster on the far frontier of known space. As a highly qualified specialist contractor, you join an elite team of private exoplanetary prospectors working to create a bright future for humanity amongst the stars. Your mission is to explore the Nexus worlds, identify sites of untapped potential, and establish forward operations to pave the way for human expansion. Utilizing the TerraTech Modular Expeditionary Component System, you will scout alien worlds, secure territory, gather vital resources, and assemble infrastructure to lay the foundation for large-scale colonial operations. GSO, humanity's destiny is your opportunity. Attention, incoming
Boom, we landed. We landed safely, despite that, what looked to be a crash landing. I should mention right at the top, I made some changes to the way that Unreal Engine runs to get rid of the fog. So normally this area is pretty foggy. I disabled the fog just because it's hard for me to see resource deposits with my color blindness, and I just generally don't like fog in games. As a result, there's no clouds, so things will look a little different than when you maybe play this game. But for the most part, it's going to be very similar. Let's get started. First objective we have in the top right is to place our tech yard. They plopped us down in a pretty nice area. This is relatively safe here, and it's relatively flat. So let's put down the tech yard. It's in our inventory. I'll just hit tab, grab this guy. I'm just going to put it anywhere. We're going to move it eventually. And then I notice in our inventory we have a little weapon here. Let's throw that on our tech. Boom. And they gave us 100 rounds of ammo for free and a couple, looks like 4 blocks to put on our tech and a couple pieces of carbon. So now we've got the tech yard put down. Next objective is to claim it. So all we gotta do is drive over this little pad here, hit E, and now this is ours. Okay, now it says collect iron hematite. We've got a little mining laser kind of on the left front side of our tech. Let's go find some hematite. There should be some right nearby. In fact, there's some right here. Let's mine this. It'll take a little while. We've got kind of very limited power on our tech right now. You can see over in the bottom left, the little battery indicator. We get 2 bars. Eventually, we'll be able to craft batteries and store more power and get this mining done a whole heck of a lot faster. We can add mining drills as well. More mining lasers, I should say. Let's scoop up some of this hematite. We're going to mine this whole deposit. There is a feature where if you hit these seams, I think the mining is faster. And you might get more resources. I'm not sure about that or not. We've got to wait for a recharge. Our objective says they want us to collect a total of 10. We're going to just chew up this entire deposit. We're going to need plenty of this. And we just got a notification that there's unclaimed rewards over at the tech yard. We'll get those here as soon as we're done mining this little deposit. A few more nuggets to blast and we'll be done here. Boom. One more. There we go. Let's scoop all this up. We're going to get some debris along with it. And then I'm actually going to drive over across these mushrooms. These will get us some free carbon without having to use the mining laser. And then while we're here, I see some other deposits. I'm going to grab this stuff too. This is bauxite, which we will turn into aluminum just by mining it. We'll get some debris too. We might make use of that debris. We can convert that into carbon later on when we get a refinery. I'm just going to grab these little deposits while we're here. This aluminum is useful for making ammunition for our little turret. One more. I think that bauxite mine's the fastest of just about anything that we're going to mine. Alright, back to the tech yard. Oh, we've got a new task for collecting carbon. But let's go collect our reward. We do that by hopping in here, hitting tab. And then up on the top left, we've got objectives. I'm going to click on that. And these are the objectives that we've completed. We're going to just click on them and claim rewards. And we get little bonus dollars here. Grab all those, boom, and we can use those bonus dollars up at the left. I don't know what these are called, bonus bucks or something. I have no idea. We have 1,570 of them. We're going to use these to buy licenses so that we can craft blocks for our tech. Right now, we've got an objective for collecting carbon. In this objectives menu, by the way, there are 4 categories of objectives, and these are all separate lists. So we've got current objective of collecting carbon. We've got the current objective to craft a block fabricator. At the workbench, we haven't even built the workbench yet. We'll get there. This one's going to come later. We'll get objectives to deliver resources via a launch pad, which I think is kind of like space elevator kind of concept. And then we've got some security objectives, which start out at least being just killing enemies. We'll see enemies soon enough. Let's go collect carbon. We can do it very cheaply by just driving over these plants, but we don't get a whole lot. But since we've got a few in our path here, in our immediate vicinity, let's grab some of these. We're just gonna drive over these. We've already accumulated 10, as you can see in the top right. The other way to get carbon, as you might imagine, is to chop down these trees. And the things that we mine, the big deposits, we saw they have seams where if you hit the seams, it's like a little bit of an optimal way of mining. It's the same thing with these trees. Kind of find the seam. It sounds different when you're mining. I think this, like I said, I think it makes it a little bit faster. Okay, working that seam. That broke that guy apart. Do have to be careful. If these things fall on you, you can take physical damage. Now the tech that we're driving has an automatic repair function. As long as we're not overloading the reactor on our tech, it's going to repair if we take some light damage. It'll auto repair itself. We don't have to do anything. We don't have to fuel it. It'll just repair on its own. But if we overload the tech, and we may see that later on as we play, overload the reactor, then that auto healing function no longer works. It looks like there's a seam here too, maybe. Okay, we gotta wait for a recharge. It looks like we've mined all the carbon they want us to, but we'll finish up with this tree. Okay, bunch of carbon spilling out here. Grab that and we'll take out this stump too if I can get at it. Looks like I did. And this little top of the tree, let's take that out. Boom. And we'll scoop all this up. And head back. Ooh, let's run over mushrooms when we see them to get to free carbon. Call it free, but you do have to do a little tiny bit of work. But we're going to use a lot of carbon for energy, especially early on. Alright, back to base. No enemies in view yet. Like I said, they kind of spawn us in a relatively peaceful area. There are little enemy techs here, but they're not too bad to deal with. Alright, let's hit tab and claim our carbon objective. Get $10 more for that. That says craft a DI platform. So we can do that right from within our tech. We've got this tab up here in the top left called cab crafting. And these are the blocks we can make just within our cab itself with no special outside power or machinery. And one of those is these guys right here, DI platform. Let's do it. 1, 2. These take, if you look at this kind of the center left of the screen, it shows that each panel takes 3 iron and 6 carbon. We've got a pretty good supply. I'm gonna grab 6 of these maybe to get us started. Yeah, there's 6. And I think, can I just grab these out of inventory? I can. Let's place them down. Probably want to go a little bit higher up on this hill. About decision. How about right here, maybe 1, 2. The building's kind of strange because camera is locked in on your tech. So it does take some getting used to for sure. I'll tell you what, I'm going to do a couple of these ramps. Let's build a couple of those and 1 more platform. The ramps I want on the other side actually, so I can mouse over there, rotate the camera with the right mouse button, and I can zoom out. Rotate these blocks with WASD. Boink, boink. Let's put the other foundation here. Boom. And if I can reach it, I'm going to move our tech yard. Oh, can I get to it? Let's see if I can get to it. Might not be able to get to it. Oh, I got it. I got it. I got it. I'm going to put this guy. Oh, not like that. This. There we go. Boom. Perfect. Perfect. All right. Now it says craft a workbench. I think we can do that in our tech as well. Is there something down here? No. I thought there was a resource. Is that it? Nope. Just aesthetic plants. So let's go craft the workbench. That is this guy right here. Boom. Okay, we'll take that out of inventory and let's put it... Actually, let's get some more blocks too, if we can. We might have to go do a little more mining. Here we do. What do I need for this? Iron, 3 iron and 6 carbon. So let's go get more iron. It's awesome. Right, there was another deposit right by those mushrooms that I thought there was one over here. This is a little tough for me with my color blindness because it blends in. The deposits blend in. We can grab this bauxite. Yeah, straight ahead from here. Looks like there's some hematite, which gets us the iron. Let's harvest all this. Gonna take a minute. Alright, let's scoop all that up. Oh, 1 more. Hiding under the rubble there. Grab all this. That's our iron, and we probably want to get some extra. Is there more right here? We'll get that later. We'll come back. Let's grab another tree. For carbon. Yeah, there's some more right there, too. Probably missing the seam. I thought I had the seam, but I guess maybe I didn't. Let's see. There it is. Now wait for a recharge. let's collect up all that carbon. And let's build a few more foundations. I want at least 3 more. 1, 2, 3. We'll put those right next to our tech yard. So, boom, boom, boom. And now let's place our workbench right next to the tech yard. Okay, you have unclaimed rewards, and it says we have issues with the power grid. Basically, we don't have any power on our power grid. Let's claim our rewards first. Get a bunch of them. Platforms, placing the platforms, building the ramps, placing the ramps, crafting the workbench, placing the workbench. All very good. All right, now craft an AC carbon generator. Let's do that. Tab. This guy. Carbon generator. Do I have what I need? I do. Escape out of that. Whoops, tab again. And let's pop this carbon generator over here. You can see we're going to need more foundations. Alright, what's next? Power the workbench. Okay, all we got to do is go into the carbon generator, throw in our carbon. I'm going to take half a stack. I believe the carbon generator will keep running even if you're not using machines. And the carbon generator is going to supply power all throughout these platform blocks. So anything sitting on the blocks will get power. For some reason, we have to do this restore grid anytime the power goes out. So, not crazy about that particular feature, but it is what it is. All right, now we have to craft a supply fabricator at the workbench. Before we do that, we're going to need room for all this stuff. And I happen to know a place. Do we want to do that yet? Maybe not yet. Let's craft more foundation blocks, so we have a place to put these things. I'm gonna hit tab. Back to the cab crafter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. About 6 more of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe 2 more. Can I get 2 more? Can't. We need resources. What do we need for these again? Iron and carbon. Yeah, we need both. I'm going to go ahead and turn off our carbon generator. Let's go get more iron and carbon. There's iron straight ahead. And maybe we'll take out the tree right behind it. Alright, so we got some more carbon. We have some more iron. There's a bit more iron right there. I guess I'll grab this too. Just like all of these games, in order to get that feeling of progression when you start out, it is painfully it's painfully slow doing kind of the hand mining. But we'll get scaled up here before too long. Let me grab the rest of this iron in this deposit, and then we'll head back to the tech yard. Alright, we're good to go. Back to the tech yard. And I want some more foundation blocks so we can keep building out our factory here. We'll get it, or our base. We'll get it reorganized too. We're just going to start basic. I won't make it quite as messy as I did last time. Let's get these ones placed, and I'll see how many more I want to make. One. It's a little wonky placing the blocks. It's a little wonky. But I suppose we'll get used to it. Let's do 2 more right now if we can. 1, 2. That's why we went out mining resources. And then we'll get back to the objectives. 1 and... come on, 2. Since I'll hit escape, back up. Let's see. Do we have rewards to claim? We do. Power the workbench. Take that for $10. Place the carbon generator. We'll take 10 bucks for that and craft it. Take 10 bucks for that. Now they want us to do the supply fabricator. Let's do that. I think we need to make that in the workbench, right? If I go to my little crafting, we did the generator, we did the workbench, they gave us a tech yard to start out with, and then we crafted these. That's all I can craft in my cab crafter. I don't know if this list will expand as we play on or if that's it, but I think that's it. Now we need to rely on our workbench, so I'm just going to hover over it and hit E to engage or interact with it. It's on, it's turned on. We want to build, what was it? I think it was the supply fabricator. This guy right here. We need 9 iron and 6 carbon. We're in good shape. I gotta restore the power grid. Oh, I left the power on, so we burned through all that carbon. Oh man. Oh no, I didn't. No, I didn't. We turned it off. Nice. Okay, we still have to trip the power grid. Now we're getting our supply fabricator. This is going to produce all of our ammunition for us, so this is kind of a big deal. In fact, all these machines are big deals. Go and place this guy right in a row for now. Boom. And what do they want us to do? They probably want us to craft some ammo. Yeah, craft 50 light ammunition. Let's do it. I mentioned it took aluminum, right? So aluminum and carbon. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's do a bunch. Let's do a bunch. Each cycle gets us 10 rounds of ammunition. We're going to go through it pretty darn quick once we get to fighting. While that's crafting, why don't I mine something? Something. Do we want more? There's some iron right there. Let me mine this. Alright, let's go collect our ammunition, and we probably have a reward too. Probably earn some cash just by crafting the ammunition. Let's collect the ammunition first. 200 rounds, that'll get us started. Plus they gave us about 100 rounds to start, I think. And I probably accidentally fired a round. Let's collect our rewards. Go to objectives, we get a whole bunch. Easy cash here, 20 for that. Another 20, another 20, and another 20. And where do we spend these? Why are we collecting these points? That is over here at the top left, Blockopedia. These are the blocks in the game. There are hundreds, if not thousands. Right now we only see like 12. The ones that are nice and colorful, those are the ones that we know how to create. We have license to create these. That looks kind of cool. Allows your cab scanner to trace electrical currents of minerals nearby when attached on your tech. That looks kind of interesting. Anyway, these ones that are kind of shadowed, I'm guessing that's blue, are the ones that we don't have a license yet to make. So we can either discover these out in the wild, or we can purchase a license. And you can see at the bottom left of the little pop-up there, the cost is $180. We have 1,750, so we could buy that block. I don't think we need to, at least not yet. All right, craft a refinery. Oh man, we're gonna need, let's get 6 more blocks. Let's get 6 more blocks first. So we can keep building that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Luckily, I have the resources. You are locked into your cab, as far as I can tell, locked into your tech when you build, when you want to build out your base. That's a little cumbersome, I tell you. It takes some getting used to. I left the power on and we lost all of our, burned through the rest of our carbon, unfortunately. That's all right. We got 2 here and I need to collect the rest. Must have made these in the... Did I make these? Where did I make these? Oh, waiting for inputs. Oh, I guess I didn't have enough resource. Yeah, we need more carbon. Let's cut down a tree. Where's the seam? I think there's a seam here somewhere. Where is it? There it is. Let's go down more of these platforms. Hopefully I'm still crafting. Are you crafting? You are. Okay, I got 4 in my inventory. Perfect. Let's move up a little bit. Hit tab and then we can place these guys. It's a right mouse button to control the camera. 1, 2. Count with me. There we go. Next up is, what was it? The refinery. Yeah, I burned through all my carbon yet again here. So let's put some carbon. I'm going to take half just because I tend to leave this thing on. Restore the power grid. We'll get that thing cooking. And we need the refinery right here. Do I have what I need? I don't. We need copper. I don't have any copper yet. We have the aluminum and we have the iron. Let's go get copper. I'm going to shut off our generator. Copper, copper, copper. That can be found all over. It seems to be, at least in this area, it seems to be pretty prevalent a little higher up. A little higher up this hill. So let's go up the hill and see what we can find. If we can find some of it. Actually, there's some right here and some iron. Alright, I'm going to mine both of these. Alright, I'm going to look for one more copper deposit. There's some aluminum straight ahead. Let's grab that. And it looks like there's some copper right there that I'm going to grab. And maybe... Can't tell if that's more iron there or not. It doesn't look like it. We got bauxite here. Let's grab that. That's super fast to mine. And again, we use this for the ammunition. We'll use it for other things as well. There's more copper right there too, but we'll just grab this one deposit and head back to base. When you're near these mushrooms, the camera gets a little wonky. As you can see, so it's kind of rough. All right, that should be enough to get us started. There's one little nugget of debris. I guess I can grab it. And maybe I'll drive by this deposit. Looks like there might have been something that dropped down here. Maybe not. Nope, we're good. There's more iron there. We'll come get that later. Let's get back to our little base. No enemies around yet. It's kind of nice, actually. So we need to craft the refinery. That's going to be inside the workbench is where we make that. So let's hop back up here. Turn our power back on. Restore grid power. Again, I don't know why we have to click 2 things for that. Refinery right here. We've got the iron, we got the copper, we've got the aluminum. Boom. Okay, I'm going to turn the workbench off. Grab our refinery and let's move on down the line here and plunk this guy down. That'll do. That'll do. With the refinery, a couple things we can do with this. One is we can take all this debris. I select carbon as a recipe. And burn all this debris that we've been picking up as we've been mining other materials and convert that into carbon. It takes 60 debris to create 9 carbon, but why not? And you don't get to do partial batches either. It's all or nothing. It won't start until you put 60 units of debris in there. All right, take that. And we can also refine all of these other materials. So you can see the options: refined iron, refined copper, aluminum, silicon, gold, chlorine, lithium, carbon, and then there's a whole nother page of materials. So pretty straightforward there. I'm going to turn the refinery off. I'm going to turn this guy off, our generator off, and save carbon. What's next? Oh, refine aluminum. Okay. See if we can get this one done before the end of the episode. I'll turn this guy back on. And I've got aluminum, right? We harvested a bunch of this. The recipe for refined aluminum in most of these, I think, is 3 raw ore to 1 refined block. So we'll turn this refiner back on. We can refine... We can probably refine all this aluminum. We'll go get some more. We'll let this run. It's going to chew up 3 blocks at a time. You will definitely need to go mine more because we're going to need aluminum for ammunition, but 300 rounds is pretty good to get us started. So we'll refine that. That's it. I'm going to take that last little nugget back, take the refined blocks, shut down the refiner. Now I'm going to shut down our carbon generator for now. Let's claim our rewards. Objectives, get a whole bunch more of them. 20 bucks, 20 bucks, 20 bucks, 20 bucks. Early on, you get rewards for just showing up. We do have these other objectives too that are active, but we'll get to those later. Okay, refine copper using the refinery. Let's go do it. I think I've got copper on me. So you go back on. Might give you a few more nuggets. And let's refine copper. Yeah, we can do it. Pick the recipe. That one. And turn this on. They want us to do 5 of those. They probably want us to do iron next. We'll see. We'll refine this whole stack. One more. I'm going to grab that, turn you off. Okay, craft a small cargo block. Let's turn off the refiner. If we go into the objectives, or let's back out of that. So in the top left, you can see active task, craft a small cargo block. If you need more information, and in this one you kind of do, we can just come into this display. What's going on here? Claim rewards. Return to the tech yard. Yeah, let's go to the tech yard. Hit tab. Now we can claim the rewards. We'll do that. Boom. Oops, this one's complete but not claimed. Let's grab that. So we just got license to the small cargo block. That's what they want us to create. So it's important that you come in here and claim your rewards because some of them are blocks. And this is a block we actually need for the next objective. So if you don't come in and claim it, you would not be able to progress, I don't think. We'll claim that reward. That's just cash. And in here, if you need more assistance, there's more description here in the objectives window. It says use a block fabricator to craft the small cargo block. Block fabricator crafts blocks assuming you have the correct licenses unlocked. We've rewarded you with the license for the small cargo block. That's what we just saw. Claim it in your objectives tab and look at the tech yard to continue, or back at the tech yard to continue. Hint, the block fabricator is built from the workbench. Okay, so we need to build another machine. Let's do it, and then we'll call it an episode here. Block Fabricator. Refined iron and refined copper. We've only got 10 refined copper. We need 5 more. That we can make. Let's turn on the power. We'll throw the rest of our copper in there. That should get us exactly 5 more, right? So turn on the refiner. And then we need to get silicon. We have 9 refined iron in our inventory right now. We need 21 silicon. There's a couple ways to get silicon. One is slow and extremely painful. And one is a little more dangerous, but much more productive. So we're going to do both. Then we'll maybe call it an episode. I'm going to turn off our refiner so we don't waste carbon. Alright, the slow and painful way to get silicon is to drive up to one of these big old rocks. Usually they are near the coast, but you can find them all over on land too. But there seem to be a lot on the coast, or at least you can pick them out faster that way. We may run into enemies as we get away from our little spawn point. But is there an enemy over there? There is. Is there an enemy straight away? Yeah, there is. Maybe we'll go after that guy here in a second. Yeah, there's an enemy over there too. Let's go after this guy. And then we'll mine this rock. To identify where the enemy techs are, you can hit the control key, boom, and you'll get like this little scanner display. It kind of gives you a little signal of where there's one. So there's one straight ahead. Using the scanner does take power, and again, it's the control key. If you wanted to remap that, you hit, what is it? Hit tab. And where is it? Weapons and equipment, the third icon in. You can set which of these 4 kind of keys you want to use. So for our cab, this is the cab of our tech. This is what has the scanner embedded in it. And right now that's mapped to the control key. So if I hit control, boom, we get the scan. If we look at that screen real quick again, we can see that our turret, the one that's using the light ammo, that is mapped right now to the right mouse button. And my mining laser is mounted, or is mapped to the primary mouse button. The mining laser works as a weapon. It's not as good range as the ammunition, but the mining laser, you know, recharges on its own. So let's go take on this guy. From a distance, we can start shooting at this guy with our one little turret. Looks like he might be stuck. I don't know if he's destroyed yet. No, he can still shoot. We'll just take our time. Take this guy out slowly. I can't really see him real well. But eventually, he's going to get destroyed. I'm taking out everything but his gun, apparently, because he's still shooting. Alright, I think he's dead. So once you kill an enemy, they'll drop a bunch of blocks. All we got to do is drive by and get them. This one right here, the one that's highlighted, that's ammunition. That's always nice to grab. Let's grab all these blocks. Our tech will automatically heal itself to some degree if the blocks get damaged. And if the blocks get destroyed, there's an option for us to actually restore. We get 3 restorers here. You can see it over here on the right side of the screen. You get 3 restorers. So if a block gets damaged and you can get out of town before you're totally killed off, you hit the R key and hold it down, and it will automatically rebuild. And you get 3 of those tries. Once you use up all 3, you can replenish them back at the tech yard. Once you just drive over the tech yard and hit tab, it'll replenish your little restorers, and you'll get and it'll repair you as well if you need repairing. All right, let's go take on a rock. Oh, there's a deposit here. Let's grab this. This is halite. It provides chlorine and sodium. Let's grab this while I see it. These are kind of handy to get. We don't need this right away, but we'll take it. Boom, grab that and we'll take the debris too. And now we're back to silicon. So if we hover over this boulder, you can see the resources. It says debris and silicon. That's what this is going to give us. I'm looking for the seam. There it is. There's probably 2 seams on this because it's big. Again, I think the seams just give you a little more efficiency on the mining. Wait for recharge. Boom. Okay, now we can see that one just has debris. This nugget has some silicon in it. So let's mine this one. Okay. So we'll suck up those resources. And then this nugget has silicon in it too. So we'll mine that one. And then just for fun, we'll mine this one even though we don't need debris. Let's see how much silicon we got. 2 nuggets for all that work. So getting silicon this way is super duper slow. Let's go find the other way of doing it. If we go, let's go back to base. Kind of want to free up some of my inventory. We might turn some of that debris into carbon while we're here. Let's do that. Let's turn on the carbon generator. Go to the refiner and make some coal or carbon. We don't even have enough. I thought we had enough. We don't. Scratch that plan. Off the carbon generator. Alright. If we look at our inventory, I've got some blocks now that we could. I've got a wheel, I've got an extra turret. In fact, the turret, why don't we put that on somewhere for the heck of it? Put you on right here. Click and drag to drop that guy on. But I got some other stuff I don't really need right now. I got a wheel and some other extenders things. As long as I'm on the tech yard, or near it actually, we've got this tech yard storage, and we start out with the ability to store 100 units of blocks for our tech. We can't put ore in here. We can't put platforms, that kind of stuff. Just stuff for our tech. And the way we can do it is I can just shift click, boom, put it in that way. I can hit Alt and click, and then all the tech blocks will go into the tech storage yard. If I hit Alt, boom, so they're all gone. And the other way is I could just kind of try and drag them in there. And that would work too. Now if we go to tech yard storage, here they are. And I've used up 7 of my storage. So we did that just to free up inventory. I don't know if there's a way to sort the inventory. Kind of shocked there isn't. I don't see any hints. There might be a way to do it. But we have enough room here. Let's go get silicon. I think it is, if we go, there's a map. I think it's west, actually. Oh man, I can't hardly remember. Which way is it? I think it's west. Let's go west. And as we get away from our spawn area, everything gets a little more difficult. We didn't look at these plants, did we? Let me show you one of the enemies. We saw this during the demo, but maybe you didn't see that video. I'm going to grab this aluminum while we're here, just because this is fast to mine. We'll use it for the ammunition. We got this puffer plant. It's going to look different because, like I said, I kind of changed the graphic settings for the game. But this guy, if I shoot, he'll poof out. He will launch you across the map, and you will take damage just like that. Boom. Okay, so check it out. What's happening right now, we got the cab, looks like it's red to me. That is severely injured. And then the green is auto healing. So we had a bunch of components got auto healed. Everything looks normal now, but I lost a wheel just from that plant. This is an example for where you might want to use one of your restores, right? We got 3 of these restores here. I mean, one option is if you had a wheel in your inventory, you could just slap it on there and not worry about it. We lost our mining laser too. But the other option is just hold down the R key. And presto changeo, we now are fully healed. And we're on top of a tree, which is kind of cool. It's not super cool because we might take damage getting down. We might take damage getting down from this thing. Not bad. Alright, let's go kill this. We can kill it. Once it poofs up, there we go, we got it. Those plants drop lithium, which is handy early on. Anyway, that's one plant that's hostile to us. There are several more. We may run across the next one over here. I'm not sure. But we're looking for a resource for silicon. There's another enemy. I don't know if he's going to come by or not. As you're running away from enemies, you do need to be conscious of where these enemy plants are. They will launch the enemies. You can try and use them strategically. But they'll launch you more often than they'll launch the enemies. Okay, that guy's taken care of. Here comes more techs. I can't take on a whole lot at once. We're just not that strong. At least not yet. So I'm going to skedaddle over this way. I'm going to grab some free carbon. Sounds like I'm being followed. Here I am. More plants here. I'm looking for where the silicon is so I can show you. I think it's across the way, unfortunately. Okay, we're getting shot at. There's more halite. We're not going to take time to mine it. Okay, there's two more techs over there. We can take one on pretty easily. Two is a problem. Just looking, I don't think it's on this island, the resource that we're after. Oops, this guy's right in front of our face. Let's take this guy on. They can kind of fight on for a good long time. And now he's disarmed. I'm just going to use my mining laser to finish this guy off. I'm not wasting ammunition. And you got to kill the cab. There's some free ammunition for us. Looks like it's a decent number of rounds there. What are we up to? We got 271 rounds. Still looking for that resource. And what's across the way? I don't think we have it over here. I don't see it. Okay, let's cross over. It's getting a little more hostile over here. We got an enemy off to our left. Straight ahead over there. Some of these are stronger than others. We just don't want to take on two at a time if we can help it this early. Yeah, you can see someone shooting at me. Whoa, there's two up here. They're all over the place. I'm going to use my mining laser on this guy. Save ammo. I think somebody got hit by one of the plants. Yeah, there's just a bunch of guys over here. Now, moving in the water is not a good idea. I'm going to use my turrets here. Whoa! That's what happens. Alright, I can right myself. Probably going to die here. I'm going to lose all my inventory. Straight ahead, actually, is the resource that we're after. That pillar, as I hover over it, you can see it's got silicon and gold. And we lost all our inventory. Let's respawn. We can come back and get that box, but that's going to be kind of hard to get. Especially if you back over the platform. Alright, let's head map. Oh man, we lost a lot of stuff. We need to head west, right? Let's do it. We're going to attempt to recover our resources. And it may not be successful because that particular area is loaded with enemy techs. As far as I know, there's not a huge penalty for dying. I don't have any ammunition. All I've got is my mining laser. He has ammunition. I do not. I'll try and take out his weapon. My mining laser. Okay, looks like he's been disarmed. He's gonna run away. But he can't shoot back now. Oh, well, yeah, I don't know what he's got on the corner there. That's a light. Doesn't seem to be shooting. I gotta wait for a recharge. Wait for a recharge. Running into rocks can damage the techs as well. Nice if I could just take out one more wheel and he wouldn't be able to run around so much. Again, I don't have any ammunition. Get a little bit from this. Let's see how many we get. It's usually not a lot. 6. 6 rounds. That's not going to do me so good. Something here I can steal. A bit of lithium. Alright. We are straight back by that bluish tree. There's a tree over there that throws lightning, and that will one-hit kill you pretty much. We may not be able to retrieve our resources, which is a bummer. Yeah, it's super busy over there. I can try, but man, let's try. I got nothing really to lose. I don't have any much inventory in here. Let's go straight on in. I'm gonna try and just grab my crate. Interact, take all, and then just see if we can hightail it out of here. Oh, I'm stuck on a rock. There's the lightning tree. I can try to do a restore. Sometimes it doesn't work if you're under heavy attack, yeah. Not letting me do it. I keep getting hit while I'm trying to do the restore. Boom. It kind of restored me there. Can I move? Try again. Okay, space to right ourselves. Can we back out of here? Yeah, that inventory is just dead. Tell you what I'm going to do. Let's wrap it here, this first episode. I'll go mine resources and get us in a good spot for starting the next episode. I'll go get some silicon. I'll either do it the painful way by mining these big boulders and getting, 1 or 2 little nuggets of silicon at a time, or I'll brave it and see if I can't find more of those quartz deposits. Those are the ones that have it. And then when we start next episode, we can pick up on the tasks in the top right of the screen. But yeah, this is a good place to stop. For now, this is Glidercat saying thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoy this season of TerraTech Worlds. This game just released into early access because I'm posting this episode. This will probably post 3 or 4 days after the game has released into early access. Under active development, so there could be changes. Again, if it looks a little different, like no fog and no clouds, that's because I made some changes to the way that the Unreal Engine runs. So it's not in the GUI yet. I'm told by the developers that they are going to create a feature that will allow you to turn down or turn off the fog. I really don't enjoy the fog at all, so I just disabled it. If you want to know how I did it, let me know in the comments. Maybe I'll make a video about that. But yeah, that's it for now. I will see you all in the next episode.